Today we are going to tell you all about all the fun fall activities and festivals that there is to do in the Denver metro area. Hey guys, it's Hallie and Lauren. We're the Mile High Property Sisters.
So just a quick reminder, we are licensed real estate agents in the beautiful state of Colorado. We absolutely love making these videos for you, but if in time or now you have any real estate needs or questions, please feel free to reach out to us at the number or email listed below. You will always get one of us regardless. And lastly, please hit that subscribe button.
Colorado, there is so much to do here in the fall.
Yes.
I'm
time.
very much a summer girl.
You like the sun.
I do. I really do. But fall is actually great. The first thing, obviously, in Colorado is we call it leaf peeping.
Yes.
And the mountains will be very busy. So all the aspens start changing, all the trees start changing color, and it is gorgeous.
It's so beautiful.
It really is very pretty.
Yes.
The mountains in the fall time are very pretty.
Yep.
It is kind of a limited window. Changing of the leaves is not that long.
Very quick.
Just the fall activities are that long.
Yes. Good
But
point.
the changing of the leaves is really, sometimes it can only be a few weeks because when it snows, it kind of ruins that. But, and it changes every year.
Yes. So last year, for example, my family and I went camping in Kenosha Pass, and the leaves really started to change that first week of October, and it was very quick. You could go out the week after and most of them would be on the ground. So it can be very, very quick. This year,
but there's other areas, one area will change faster.
Yes.
And the higher elevations, obviously, the leaves change a lot faster.
Right.
Guanella Pass is a really popular one for Georgetown.
Yep.
Over by Bailey.
Grand Lake, Granby, those are another highly
Yeah.
populated with the leaves changing.
Yes. But there's also a ton to do here in Denver.
Yay!
In the
Much
Denver
closer.
Metro. Yes. So if you want to stay around, there's tons of corn mazes and pumpkin patches. There's Rock Creek Farms is one of the biggest. It's up north by Broomfield. And then everyone knows about the Chatfield Farms one, which is down south, down by us here in Littleton.
Yep. So it basically starts mid-September usually. The weekends can sometimes vary, particularly this year. It started September 15th, and then it'll run through until Halloween. And
It's just the weekends.
Yes, just the
Friday,
weekends.
Saturday, Sundays.
And it has rides for kids, so it'll have barrel rides. It has, last year they had this big bouncy
houses.
Yep.
Yeah.
They have tons of food trucks, so there'll be Kona Ice, there'll be funnel cakes, all kinds of fun stuff like that. And then they also have the largest corn maze. They actually have a mini corn maze and a really large
They have
corn
a
maze.
kids corn maze and an adult one.
Because the large one can take you hours upon hours. So if you have little kids, you may
Mini maze
not
is
want to
better.
do that one. Yeah, mini maze might be better for that. And then they also have a giant pumpkin patch that you can go and purchase pumpkins, but that is only available and open one weekend
out of the year.
Yep. So you got to get
But
tickets
the rest
for
of
that.
the time, you can do the corn maze.
Yeah.
And pro tip, if you go earlier in September as opposed to later in October, the corn maze is in way better shape.
Very true.
If you start going towards the corn starts dying and people mess it all up and you can kind of see through it, it's not nearly as much fun of a maze. But
Very
it's
good
all
point.
good times anyways.
It is fun.
Yeah.
So there is a
sounds
place.
terrifying.
Flatacre Farms is another really great, more children, family friendly pumpkin patch / corn maze. They have a very small corn maze, and that's in Parker. And they have giant barrels filled with corn kernels. And they have rides for kids, swings, you can buy pumpkins. And then that particular patch also does a fright night kind of haunted house for the older crowd.
So in addition to pumpkin patches, there's also tons of haunted houses.
Yes.
In Denver. And some of them, are really scary.
Yeah.
I like to think I'm not afraid of anything. And I actually went to a haunted house, a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And I thought I hadn't been since I was a teenager, and I was scared when I was
Yeah.
a teenager. But then I was like, "Oh no, it's fine. It's all in good fun, right?" You
Yeah.
know. I was terrified.
Yeah,
I didn't
no.
even enjoy myself. I
Yeah.
was so scared
Yeah.
the whole time.
Yep.
My boyfriend at the time had to literally carry me through because it was terrifying, and I was like, I don't even know why people do this.
Yep.
It's truly
Yeah.
terrifying.
Yeah.
I think that was the 13th floor
Oh,
haunted house.
yeah. I know
Scary,
of it.
guys.
I won't do them. So
Yeah, no, it's scary.
Yeah.
And they don't even let children in, most of them.
which
so.
makes sense.
Yeah, 'cause
they're
it's
terrifying.
terrifying.
They do try and scare you.
Yeah. Elitch Gardens typically does a haunted house
Yep.
and a fall festival thing. Elitch Gardens is the amusement park downtown.
Right.
They do a big fall thing. There's
Another
tons of
big
them.
thing, there's some really neat jack-o'-lantern festivals. So we have two really big gardens here. There's Hudson Gardens, which is more in the Littleton area. And then you're going to have the Botanical Gardens, which is more towards downtown Denver.
Yeah.
Both do a giant jack-o'-lantern festival.
And I guess the zoo is now doing it too.
Mm-hmm.
It's this new. I don't know if it's a festival. It's like a display.
Yeah.
Like a Christmas light display, but for Halloween.
Right.
And they're actually really cool. I went to the Hudson Garden one.
Yeah.
And they literally have
Thousands.
thousands of hand carved jack o' lanterns.
Yeah.
Like, and they're like art pieces. Like
Yeah.
some of them are like
They're
faces
stunning.
of famous people.
Yeah.
And they have all kinds of different ones with different lights, and it
It's
is
crazy.
really cool. They're
It's
really
really
cool to
neat.
see. It's worth a trip. I think tickets are like $30 a piece for all of them,
Mm-hmm.
but it's really worth seeing at least once.
Absolutely.
I would definitely recommend. There's tons of Oktoberfest or Fall Fest
Mm-hmm.
and beer fests, like the Great American Beer Festival is in Denver with over 700 Colorado breweries that come. So thousands of beers for you to taste.
Yeah.
You know, Colorado's big on our craft brewery.
If you didn't know that.
Yes. But the fall time is really when
Yeah.
the breweries come out
Oh,
with,
yeah.
you know, all kinds
Pumpkin
of
flavored beer, apple
Yes.
cider, there's all kinds of,
everything.
yeah.
And there's all these festivals everywhere. Like, not only in Denver, like, it's a cool thing to do for, like, you can go see the leaves, go up to, like, Breckenridge, Oktoberfest in Breckenridge,
Yes.
or Vail is really cool up in the mountain towns, and it's more of, like, a getaway. You can see the leaves and taste all the beer.
Right. Yeah. It's a good time.
People dress up.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah. It's a fun time.
Yeah.
And then the last thing, so it's slightly different than haunted houses. Haunted houses are like, they're made to like scare you.
Right.
And they're this special display.
You have actors in there
Yeah.
and they're,
But there's also a ton of ghost tours around Denver, and it's way less scary. But you walk around and they'll tell you like the history of a bunch of places,
Right.
the history of the landmarks, and like all the houses in Cap Hill and downtown.
Yep.
So you get to learn like a lot about the history
Yep.
of Colorado and of Denver.
and then they make it spooky for you.
Yeah, spooky for you, and it's not quite as terrifying.
Right.
Although some people say they still have felt paranormal activity
Yeah.
on these ghost tours.
Yeah.
But
I mean, if you're a fan of the Titanic and you know of the unsinkable Molly Brown, there's the Molly Brown house. They do something like that, which is really
Yeah.
cool. So,
and there's even some like a pub crawl,
Yes.
haunted pub crawl
Yes.
downtown
Yeah.
that they do.
Yeah.
So you can stop and drink beer,
Right.
and listen to ghost stories all at the same time.
yeah. Get your drink on,
Yeah.
dress up, get spooked a little bit. It's a lot of fun things.
But yeah, Colorado's a great place, not only in summer, but in fall.
Yeah.
So if you have any questions about anything we've talked about or want to know more information, please reach out to us and hit the subscribe button. We are putting out new videos every week to show you guys all the cool things about Colorado.
Yeah. So once again, I'm Lauren. This is Hallie. We're the Mile High Property Sisters. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Yes.
Bye.